I lay here back again with another video just to preview the Aston Villa game for Sunday. It's a huge opportunity for Sunderland, I think. Aston Villa are not in the greatest of form. They are a fantastic team. But something's not just right with them at the minute. If you ask anybody, it's just clear to see something's not right. It's just a massive opportunity go there for Sunderland to pick up potentially 3 wins at home. Another 3 points, get more points on the board. And same for next 3 games. Obviously, Nottingham Forest lost last night, who we play the weekend after. Then you got Man United after that, who God knows which Man United's going to turn up. But to focus on Villa, I'd say they've got a brilliant team. I'll get through the team in a minute. They are currently 19th in the Premier League. Haven't scored a goal yet, so you can guarantee Ollie Watkins is going to score a hat-trick on Sunday because that's the Sunderland thing to do. Last season they finished 6th. They narrowly missed out on the Champions League spots. They got the semi-finals of the FA Cup. They got beat off Palace. Got the quarter-finals of the Champions League. They got beat off Paris Saint-Germain. Obviously, Emery's been in charge of them since 2022. He took over from Steven Gerrard and he's solidified them and kept them in that top 6 ever since. As I say, they are a very good team. You look at the team on paper, you got Martinez, Cash, Konza, Pau Torres, Mings, Digne. You've got Harvey Elliott, you've got Morgan Rogers, you've got John McGinn. A lot of good players, and it's not going to be an easy game for Sunderland. If Aston Villa turn up, they could turn up and beat us 4-0 and everyone would sit there and go, fair enough. But that's the click for them. We just keep needing to do what we're doing. As I said, they are 19th in the Premier League. They would have got 2 points, which was a 0-0 draw against Newcastle on the opening day and a 0-0 draw last week against Everton. But they had Martinez to thank for that. If it wasn't for Martinez, Everton could have beaten 3 or 4-0 and they wouldn't have had a complaint. He's made off 3 worldies. Did Martinez, similar to Roos last week against Crystal Palace. They lost 1-0 to Brentford and lost 3-0 to Crystal Palace at Villa Park. And yeah, they haven't scored a goal yet. So that's twice I've said it, so they definitely are going to score on Sunday. Stop saying it. They drew 1-1 in the Cup against Brentford the other week, but they lost during the week, and they lost on penalties. So they're in turmoil. There's one of them teams where it comes to a team eventually where they have a good progression and they hit a wall where they can't go any further. They were openly talking of trying to get rid of Emmanuel Martinez in the summer. But obviously nothing materialised. He was talking of going to Spain. Manchester United, didn't happen. They sold Jacob Ramsey for money because they need to sell somebody due to the UEFA ruling, which is a bit daft considering they've always been there or there, the top 6. But yeah, I'm not going to say it's going to be easy for Sunderland, but if we get at them early doors and we get an early goal, I think Villa could potentially capitulate, to be honest. I think the confidence is rock bottom to start with. And if Sunderland start early, the crowd get on the backs and on the backs of the lads supporting them, and we get an early goal, I think it could end up being possibly 2-3-0 to Sunderland if we keep at it. The danger men for Aston Villa, as I said, they've got a very, very good team. I've picked out 3. One of them's Harvey Elliott. He is signed on loan from Liverpool, but there's a potential permanent deal lined up, I imagine, due to regarding finances and stuff like that. If it fits, he'll sign for them. He was England's main man at the under 21 Euros. So obviously scored, I think he scored in the final. I wasn't sure he scored twice, but he scored in the final. He's a very good player, comes with a high pedigree. He's still only 22. You think he's been around forever. I think he made his Liverpool debut at 16. And he was meant to be a Liverpool regular under Jurgen Klopp until he had that horror injury. And he just never regained he never recovered from it. Like, physically he did, but he never regained his place in the team, which is unfortunate for the lads. He's a very good player. Now, obviously, he's went to Aston Villa. He was thought of going elsewhere, Brighton, something like that. But he's gone to Villa. I think it's a good move for him. As I say, they are an established club in that top 6. He'll be playing an important part. He scored the other night in the Cup. Keeper should have saved it, but he still was there and he put the ball in the back of the net. So if we let him dictate the game, he's good enough to cause us up-teen amount of problems. Obviously, Ollie Watkins down the line, down the middle as well. He signed for Aston Villa in 2020. He's got 87 goals in all comps for Aston Villa. 75 of them have come in the Premier League. He's a constant threat. He's quick. He can get in behind. He can hold the ball up. He's a lovely finisher, as you've seen some of the goals he scored throughout his Premier League career. Full England international, and there are some people saying he should be playing over Harry Kane. But he's not at the minute because Harry Kane's mint. But yes, he hasn't found his shooting boots, but he will eventually. Just hope it isn't on Sunday. Fingers crossed. And the other one I pointed out is Morgan Rogers. Obviously, he had a very good season last season. He signed from Middlesbrough in January 2024, so he is familiar to Sunderland supporters. He can play on the wing or on the number 10. I think Villa have been playing him on the number 10 recently. He's got bags full of quality. He's mint. He's 23-year-old. He's 6'2". He's a powerful player. He's quick. He was linked with a move away from the summer again, but nothing materialised. And you think these links with a move away, of honourable mentions of Martinez, Cons and McGinn. McGinn was linked with a move away. Onana, who plays midfield, signed from Everton, he was linked with a move away. Martinez obviously linked with a move away. A lot of players were linked with moves away from Aston Villa because they had to sell some players to fill in with the UEFA rule. It's only Jacob Ramsey that sold. So it's a good way that they've only sold one player, but it's a lot of turmoil when your name's out there all the time to obviously try and remain focused on the job at hand. They had a good pre-season by all accounts, it's just they haven't hit the ground running in the Premier League yet. But I can see they're a very, very good team. It is going to be a very, very, very difficult game for Sunderland. Where in form they're not. If you look on paper, you'd say it would be a Sunderland win. But football's not played on paper. This just seems weird. They have found life difficult. I am slightly confident of us winning if we can get at them early doors. And Villa, obviously, again, if there's Villa who turn up, who have been ropey this season, turn up, we should beat them. But it's Aston Villa, they're a very, very good team. That's probably the thing with the Premier League. It changes like that, and the team would get one win and the skyrocket. It's just the way it is. And yeah, they might not have hit the ground run yet, but they could on Sunday. And if it sounds mad to say that, I'm confident we could beat Aston Villa for how well they are and how good they are personnel-wise. I'd say the early goal will be crucial. If Aston Villa get to settle them down, they'll probably regain the confidence, and we've got to try and get ourselves back in the game. Which obviously, as we keep continuously saying, they are a good team. But if Sunderland get it, I think that could knock Aston Villa massively. And they might find it difficult to get back into the game if we do get an early goal. If we do get one, I imagine we seem solid defensively. Obviously, Palace scored 3 past them and they didn't score past us. I know football doesn't work that way, but you could look at it that way. I'm going to stick with Sunderland. I'm going to go 2-0. I think we'll win 2-0. I think might get a goal early doors, then let them have the ball, do what we normally do, and hit them on the break towards the second half. Team, obviously you got Dan Ballard back fit. Regis Labrie said last week Dan Ballard should be back fit. I'm not sure about Enzo Lafay. I don't know if it was just a 2-week job or if he's back fit for this week. If he is, I bring him straight in. If he's not, I would be tempted to chuck Brian Broby straight in from the off and move Wilson wide left and move a Dinger over to the right and maybe give Talby a rest. Other than that, I think the team picks itself. I can't see Dan Ballard getting back in. I think he'd be on the bench. You've got a very good partnership there going with Mukiele and Alderete. I don't think you want to change that up. And obviously the rest of the team picks itself. Your midfielder, Xhaka, Siddiqui and Diarra is quite clearly the favoured 3, and rightly so. You've got bundles of energy and experience in there. And it's the only one that worries me in the first team 11 is probably Talby, because I think he is still very raw. I think he could do with the rest, maybe bring him off the bench if we need him to. He could even bring Mayenda in off the right and keep Wilson up front. But I wouldn't start Talby, but I wouldn't be surprised if he does. And the other one is Trey Hume, but I think Trey Hume hasn't done particularly anything wrong to be worthy of drop. But when you've got a international Champions League level experienced footballer breathing down your neck to play your position, it's going to be very hard for Trey to keep his place in the team. But I think he will for Sunday. So yes, I'm going 2-0. Sorry again, I haven't got another daft question. I haven't thought about it. Been a little bit busy with stuff. We'll definitely get one for Sunday. Be Monday when the video is out. Sorry, not Sunday. But yes, enjoy your weekend. Let's hope the shit Aston Villa turns up on Sunday and Sunderland come away with another 3 points. I'd even take a point, to be honest. And come with more points on the board, keep them points ticking over, because the more time the points keep getting ticked over, the more likely we will stay in this division. But let's remember, it is only 5 games in, like 4-5 games for Sunday. Let's just hope we come away with 3 points. Have a good weekend. Aston Villa fans are coming up, safe journey up and down. Have a good weekend. Hopefully Sunderland are coming away with the points. How are the lads?